7 years for any man in the world to run that fast in a 100-meter dash, and Kishane Thompson finally did it. At the Jamaican National Championships, he did what I fully expected he would, and I have the receipts to prove it. I told the world, like, hey, Kishane Thompson is about to go off. Like, on the calendar, it's pretty clear that's what's going to happen. And that's what he did. When the race started, he pulled away from the field. It was never really that close at any point, and the only thing we were watching was the clock, because we knew he was going to win about halfway through the race, especially by the time he got 70 meters in. And the clock told us 9.75. But that at the end, like, allow me to explain. I just gave you the end of a very interesting story, so allow me to set the stage. The 100-meter final for the men at the Jamaican National Trials is always a very big deal, because Jamaica takes sprinting seriously. Going into this one, the conversation was actually pretty interesting because nobody really knew what we were going to get between, yes, Kishane Thompson was the clear favorite, but after that, it was sort of kind of open because you had Oblique Seville, Akeem Blake, and Brian Lavelle, all of which have a very different narrative that led them to these trials. Both Akeem Blake and Oblique Seville dealt with injuries earlier this season, but they still got on the starting line for the 100-meter final. By past history, you could say that they were supposed to make the team, but Brian Lavelle, this year, has sent enough warning shots, especially in the 200, to let us know that he was legit. And if you're looking at the rounds, the times he was putting down made it clear that he did have a shot to make it onto the team. Remember, only 3 men get to go. And when we got to the national championship final, if you didn't actually watch it live, you don't know what happened. Allow me to explain. Oblique Seville gets down in the starting line, like, hey, on your mark, they're getting ready to call him up into set, and he was feeling so much discomfort that he puts his hand up and they call the entire field to stand up. It was clear that he was hurt, and he was very concerned. You could see the anguish on his face because he's like, this is the moment. If we don't run in this race and go fast in this race, we're not going to represent Jamaica at the Worlds. And they basically, to some degree, had to hold up the meet. He tried to work it out, like tried to jog it out, tried to stretch it out. He even got a quick little massage to come back to the starting line. I'm not making this up. He literally leaves the track, gets a massage, like lays down on the ground, gets back to the starting line. People walked off to get water, come back, and then that is when the race goes off. So when Oblique Seville comes through in 9.83 seconds behind Kishane Thompson, that is the narrative. I have never seen a performance like that because, for the most part, I was just hoping that he wasn't getting, I was really just hoping he wasn't going to get injured. And the announcers, those over the broadcast, they said the exact same thing. Everybody was more or less like, okay, Oblique Seville is clearly not 100%. We just don't want him to get hurt because that would be really tragic for Jamaica. Yes, we want him on the 100-meter team, but we might have to mail that in right now and just focus on long-term health. But then he ran fast. And remember, 9.83 seconds is very fast. It's just not as fast as what Kishane Thompson gave us. And Akeem Blake did hold on for third. Unfortunately, Brian Lavelle did pull up in that race. But when Kishane Thompson goes 9.75, it's pretty clear that that is going to be the headline. So now allow me to discuss what that actually means. Because I've been living in a hypothetical world for the last 3 to 4 years, waiting for the moment when someone was going to run 9.75 seconds. And now it actually happened. So let's talk about it. But if you're new here, I want to say thank you for even making it this far into the video. And I'm Coach Rob, and if you really want to know what's going on with the fastest athletes in the world, then you are in the right place. And if anything that I say actually connects with you, it is always greatly appreciated if you would please like and subscribe. But if I don't, just let me know in the comment section, because I try to read them all. When Kishane Thompson goes 9.75, let's talk about how big it really is. It's not just the fastest thing since Bolt retired. He technically ran a new national stadium record because Bolt's old record was 9.76 and he just went 9.75. So that's a big deal for Jamaica, just to clarify. I also said that nobody's gone that fast when legal since Bolt retired. So now let's really understand what that means. If nobody has done it, because I've been thinking about it for a while, but now we're living in this world, it means that you can no longer win a gold medal if you can't go that fast. When Bolt was running fast, 9.6 fast, even 9.5 fast. He dared the entire field to go with him. Basically, people have to figure out how to do something they've never done before. Because if he's going to go that fast, the only way to be competitive is you're going to have to go even faster. The pace is going to be the pace. Either you're going to go with it or you're going to get left. The thing is, we've had such a long gap now in history where people have been unable to go that fast, where it raises the question if they actually can. We know that Kishane Thompson can go fast. Even if he doesn't go faster, which I'm pretty sure he plans on it. Let's just say 9.75 is on the boards. With the quality of that race, win factors, all of that, I'm sorry. The World Championship is basically done. The only thing we're waiting on now is whether somebody else is going to find something out of their back pocket. So let's talk about the ones who actually have a shot to do it. That's the conversation. Who has a shot to find that out of their back pocket, like put the race of their life together to take down King Kishane Thompson. Because at this point, you got to give him the crown. Like, the only thing that we're doing is we're watching the throne now because we know that it's supposed to go to him. Noah Lyles has been the most consistent sprinter on the world stage, especially in World Championship finals. But I've also been very clear about my feelings on it, which is I don't have evidence that he can go 9.7 mid, 9.7 low. Like that evidence isn't there. Normally, like I said this last year, if you can go 9.7 something, you're going to beat Noah. The problem was nobody could pull it off. I mean, 9.79, like barely wasn't enough because that's what he gave you. You had to go 9.78, 9.77, something. That's how you were going to get him. We now know that Kishane Thompson, who was right there with him last year, has that type of speed. But Trayvon Bromell is also on that list. He's not just fast in the world this year. He did go 9.76 and I believe 9.7 high as well, multiple times. Now that he's seemingly getting back to that same level of form, it lets us know that it's very realistic, like it's a possibility that Trayvon could do it again. Now, 9.76, 9.75, they're right there next to each other. So it's very realistic that he could challenge Kishane. But again, if we're just focused on the clock and looking at their careers, because for where Kishane is, where he really kind of burst onto the scene in the last 2 years for the most part, and emphatically in 2024 as far as like the track and field world taking notice, hey, to clarify, you still got to put him above that. Once we move between those two American names, who else do you want? I mean, 2022 Fred Curley, that guy might be able to keep up with Kishane. But again, 9.75 is the line. That's the line. Now that he has pushed the zones there, everybody's going to have to figure out how to go even faster. And you could keep bringing up other names from the rest of the world stage, whether they're American or beyond. But there's really no point if you're asking me. Because remember, past history with medals is not the only thing that matters anymore. If you can't go fast enough, it won't matter. Because Usain Bolt, in his era, nobody else could go fast enough to beat him. So it didn't matter how good you were. Tyson Gay, to put it on like in history, he was a world champion in 2007 in the 100 meter dash. It just didn't matter once Bolt showed up, running times that nobody else could run. I mean, the medals are cool and they matter for legacy, but once the zones get pushed that far, it just kind of is what it is. The gold medals, they all go to the only people who can keep up that pace, even if it's one man on the face of the earth at that moment. Right now, Kishane Thompson is that man. He has pushed the zones. He's gone where nobody in this generation has gone before. And now that he has done it, the only question is, can anybody else respond? Because no matter who you are or what you think you are doing, this race is going to be heard around the world. And if you did not get the opportunity to watch the Kishane Thompson experience live when it happened, my heart goes out to you. Because moments like this clearly don't come around that often. And now that we are living in what seems to be the beginning of the Kishane Thompson era, every other pro sprinter in the world is going to have to train even harder. Because if they can't keep up with the pace, they're just going to get left. And that's that. The sport of track and field is not just about running fast. It is about doing it over and over and over again. Because whenever you step to the line, your reputation is on the line as well. With the Wake Up, Run Fast, and Repeat shirt, you can make it clear that running faster than the competition is a habit. Get yours at searecruiting.com/shop or use the link in the description below. It's a huge support to me and this channel, so I can continue to make you more content like this. And remember, it is always greatly appreciated if you would please like and subscribe.